out sauce. If you look at the turtle slark, what is that item that he has right now, along with that diffusal blade? What is that? What is that sauce, huh? That is a falcon blade.
Is Sauce a non-Falcon Blade believer?
I remember it was in the game, the WD2 finals. I said I think it was that game. I just built it. Felt good.
I think
Turtle
Falcon Blade, I think Falcon Blade
What
is
do you
fine.
mean?
Wait, I think Falcon Blade is fine. Like, if you're not going Echo Saber, you always go Falcon Blade Diffusal. Like, those are the two builds on Slark.
Yeah, come on, sauce. No, dude, I went the greediest build. I think it was. I luckily had a really good game against the with Math Magician support. Actually, that's why it's good. But I went that S and Y and then into the Ags.
It's just, you need the mana so much. Like, if you don't go Echo Saber, like,
yeah, I mean the HP is also huge. Like 200 HP on Slark's great. Although it's not as great as it used to be because it's not percent HP anymore. But
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
also, I see a majority of. I have a theory about Slark here, Madior. You need to tell me if you think I'm crazy or not. So the 10 talent, right? The half-second Dark Pack cooldown reduction. So you can spam your Q more, right? I see it's like, okay, whatever. I honestly don't notice it as like that big of an issue for farming. And it's more so, I feel like if there's like a lot of disables on the enemy team, you want to purge. But I always like going the other one. I just feel like it's so much more value because I feel like you're only going to play and pick Slark anyway in a game where it feels relatively valid to pick him. You know what I mean? Like where you'll need to worry about like 1 or 2 spells, not necessarily like 8.
I mean, I think I go Dark Pack cooldown most of the times, but...
Well, no, that's what I'm pretty sure every pro does and everything. I just, for some reason, love going the other talent.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know. I don't remember if I went the other talent once. Maybe once. Like, I would say it's good, you know, versus like maybe like Puck when you really need the duration bounce.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Also, wait, did Shane say they were 40 minutes in?
No, he's at 14.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you never know it in houses. Sometimes in houses are like people are ultra try-harding and they'll play like for 60 minutes defending base. Other times they'll let it end early on.
I feel like I'm watching a movie. Oh yeah, you do have the weird.
I have the ash weather, so maybe it's because of the weather.
Yeah. I'm running the barrier reef one.
I'm not sure. Do I have the default one? Let me see. Terrain.
Oh, Rip Doom.
Oh no, I have the Sanctums of Divine. I think it's TI 9.
Big Chrono, they got the Slark. Oh, bashing. Wow.
Alright, Shane coming in to save the day. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I mean, yeah, this game doesn't end anytime soon.
Shane actually just griefed. Yeah, this is easily like 30 minutes. I feel like this game is gonna go super long.
Yeah, they're even in like 20 minutes in. Do we ditch Shane? Anybody wants to... Sauce, do you want to cast instead of Shane? You'll just need to work from the tier list that Shane has. I mean, we could do that as well, honestly. Like, tier list doesn't take that long. Sauce, do you want to join us?
Ugh.
Yikes. Anybody can join and doesn't have a scrim in 20 minutes?
Well, I'm in that scrim.
Oh, you're in that scrim as well?
So it works. He's my captain from D12.
Oh my god. Why did you say 8? We could have done it earlier. Or you weren't available.
Well, I thought I was gonna be not, as I told you, injured today, so I thought I'd be, you know, just coming back around now.
Gotcha. Oh well.
You just get sauce in here. It shouldn't be that long.
Yeah, I mean, if you're both having the same scrim, whatever. Sauce, just can you add Sauce to chat?
I think I have sauce in the front. Yeah, I do. Wait, add. There we go. Sauce Arena.
Yup.
Yeah, just change Shane to Sauce and have Sauce
Yeah.
go in.
I don't want to take over his bad takes. I'll just reason with him.
You'll just try to give his bad takes, like explain his bad
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah,
It's gonna be tough to do. Are you sure about that?
I'll be Shane for the night.
All right.
Okay.
I
Here's
need to get I need my New Jersey accent though.
here's the sheet, and let me change the screen and.
How do you talk like Shane? You have to be like you have to kind of talk like how Webby talks about heroes, but then add a level of like intelligence.
Webby just says what the heroes do.
That's what I mean. But you have to the way Webby says it. This Mars hero, like it's super, it's super good because it just has an ultimate.
Okay. Oh, how do I read this?
Alright, guys. We can start with the teams. I think this is the first Shane's bad take that we have over here. Sauce, what do you think
Shane-
about this one?
Okay. Okay, the Daisy's Darlings.
Yes.
Is that what?
Oh,
okay,
oh yeah. You know
Shane-
what? I should just share your screen with you on the Discord so you can see what I'm pointing at instead. I think that will be easier to do.
Could be easier, yeah. Okay. Okay. I think Shane is just calling Amino bad because they're friends.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What do you think is like realistic? What would you say about this team? You know, because
This is one of the stronger teams. Og is really good. Value supports. Pretty good 2 core players. So
yeah, I don't know personally. They're 1 and 3, but I mean, I think they're still like one of the best teams, if not the best.
yeah.
All right. Legacy. Let's go with you for the second team. Badger coming in to the PDC world. You're
Yeah,
not the
so-
believer.
Well, I have a different grading scale. If you can see on the right a little bit, you know, I wasn't giving out any E's or F's like you, right? I kept it more. This is the best team. These are the best teams. These teams are also solid. These teams maybe have some chances than the D teams, which I rated this one. I just feel like there's too many holes in it. You know, they either need to do some serious try hard meta scrimming to be serious contenders, I think, or they're just kind of going to be bottom of the pack. And even though Sauce, is captaining that, I don't know, man. I could just see some serious content occurring in that off lane. Not
What?
even looking at Badger carry.
Fair enough. I mean, I think like so. First of all, I don't. When I say the E and F tier, I literally did like two teams I think are the worst. I did the power rankings first for myself, and like I just split like 2 worst teams are F, 2 next are E, 2 are D, and so on. So like I did it other way around for myself. I think that I like that they're like, unlike most of the other teams, they have very low spread. Like they're all around like 4.5k. Like it could be good, it could be bad. I think they're good enough to win games. Like they'll be stable enough to win games versus weaker teams. That's how I view them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They definitely I don't think a single team on this list is gonna get 0 wins. I think every team, surprisingly, will at least maybe get 1 win, or has a chance to win a game against any team. But
Yeah, I mean, and there are no like real low MMR teams like there happens sometimes. Like a 17k MMR team signing up. Like the lower MMR teams who are technically lower is because somebody's penaltied. Where's the Beast team? I mean, it's somewhere on here.
Yeah.
With the 8k support.
They have 3 adjusted players.
Yeah, well, all right, let's go to the Stardust, the team that I made for Nico. I don't think it's good. I'll say like that Nico is better 4 than 2 by far in my eyes, but he wants to play 2 in the 22k cap, so what can I do about that? They have a 4 who is not a 4 player, and I'm not sure what their exact plan is.
yep, I thought this team just seemed like okay. I feel like if you had to choose like how would you use up 22,000 in team MMR, this is kind of a very average way of distributing it. this team has. Like you have the 2 6Ks, the one mid 4K, and then the 2 lower MMR supports. I think the team's gonna be okay. I don't really know too much about them to give them more like concrete predictions, but I think they're gonna do okay. I know Nico can pop off on a couple heroes in the mid lane, so.
Well, yeah, he can pop off on those couple heroes, but he's pretty limited because he's not a 2 main. Like that's at least like in my rankings, like I really emphasize like when people are playing off roles, I think it's like really not good. At least in how I view it. I understand that some people are better playing off role than other, and like some are more versatile, but overall, I think it's I don't know. I'm not a fan.
It's hard. It makes drafting really hard. And if something becomes really good, then it's even harder for them to learn it because they have to learn how it applies to the role as well.
Yeah. Well, the next team we have is the Plupo's team. Plupo is back into the PDC world after the Weekend Cup with me. Now he's allowed to play the full season. I think like this team is like exactly like the average maybe of what
this
I think
is 4 of the 5 players that won MD2L Season 6. They just don't have staples mid.
Well, unfortunately I'm not that familiar with the MDTL history because they don't have.
The first 6 seasons were 8 teams or less.
Okay, well, I mean,
like
I honestly just I wanted to check one time like MDTL older seasons, but I don't think they have any records of like the previous winners and stuff.
I was gonna help like liaise on creating that, and then the admin that was gonna do it gave up after about 2 days.
Oh, cool. I mean,
so
whatever it is, yeah, but I know that Eric Gordon is really good as a carry, for his MMR. I don't know anything about Chen, their mid player. Plupo told me that he's very good, but you always need to take with a grain of salt when people are saying somebody on their team is good, because
Yeah. They have a 10-10 name though.
Yeah, and the only thing I'm concerned is like last time Ben Choi and the PP Poop who played, they went 0-12 in PDC Archon.
they were also 18k MMR.
Yeah.
They were below cap.
Alright, next team. Well, Sauce, Shane is not here, so you need to explain to us why Shane put NS tier onto the Jeffries team.
Because YBW's on it. And YBW is down over 1500 MMR.
Well, I have no idea who it is, so
By words.
So what I did for these symbols, I checked the PDC weekend signups, PDC Immortal the previous season, MWTL 12 the last season, and PDC 2.
YBW was in PDC Immortal Season 1.
He was?
Yeah, and he was in PDC Season 2 but his team was disbanded.
Maybe he had a different name. What was his name back?
It's you by wards.
There's probably you by words on there. He was 7k.
Okay, well, you by words. Trying to look it up.
Well, regardless with knowing that, I think my rating is still there. I think that they have too many people that are just out of practice with Dota. I love a lot of the people on this team. Jeffrey's great, obviously. B-God's a good friend that play other games with them, but this is kind of returning to competitive and returning to Dota in the same kind of both at the same time. And it feels like they might be decent by the end, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of kind of getting back into the swing of things going on in this season.
Do you guys agree with me on saying that, on my belief that being sub 4k mid in 22k cap is not great?
It depends on the mid.
It's completely you need to try everyone at that.
Because to be fair, for instance, my mid Element, he used to be higher MMR. He just kind of messes around and plays casually because he works all the time. He doesn't really think he was gonna play any leagues. But then I was like, hey, you want to do PDC? Same thing with like Beast. Like Beast, when he was, I think he's higher now. But when he was 4K MMR, he easily is capable of like hanging with some of the higher MMR players, especially in a 22k league. So I think it depends on the mid laner.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when it's like 4k plus, I can see people, especially like in terms of lane specifically, like people have enough skill. But like when I see like 3.5, 3k mid sometimes, I tend to question those because I feel like sometimes like if they'll go against the better mids, at least MMR wise in the league, it might be really hard for them to come back into the game.
I think if they try to play straight up matchups, they will get destroyed. If they know how to nullify things, then and they draft for that, then it's okay. Like last season, my team made top 3. I had a 3.1k pause 5 player play mid, and he just played wave clear pause 5 heroes, and pretty much played pause 3 from mid.
Yeah, if you nullify the enemy's like high MMR, like if you make it so they don't like stomp the lane, maybe they win it, but like they're not stomping you.
Yeah. Like
You
Amino
draft
was
around
ready
that,
to
it's
Amino was ready to rage quit because my mid picked Dawnbreaker and came to lane with the coin blade and 3 salves.
Okay, well, so it's Vexer style mid, but it's Vexer 6k, and he'll play that way because that he doesn't play mid, and he just picked Kato, and he like literally nothing else, only Kato mid.
Yeah.
Push
Yeah,
out.
that's weird. At least in this season, I feel like all the mids that aren't the above 4K, like all these like lower MMR mids, are kind of like in a way sandbagged. You know what I mean? They're either returning from like a hiatus, or they're definitely value. Like Jeffrey, right? 3.6K. Jeffrey, what did he get up to? Like Divine 2?
He was
Or
5k.
something, right?
He was 5K.
Yeah, he was 5K. And this team, although I did give them a D, if they do kind of get their stuff together, like YBW is a decently like competent carry player, and if Jeffrey and the rest of them kind of just run around being hooligans, they can maybe make enough space that he can pull out a game or two.
I mean, considering you told me that JBW is like X7k and Jeffrey used to be Divine, I mean, I would rate him maybe better. But my rating went on the knowledge that I had at the point when it was there. As I said, prove me wrong, Jeffrey. I can see this team doing a bit better than I put them in. All right, guys, you can talk about my team. I won't talk about myself because I don't think that's ethical to talk about my own team.
I just want to see. I want to see Fury play in this kind of league.
Yeah,
Fury. I mean, some of these really good mid players and like lads, play down to their competition a little too much. Like they're just having too much fun and they don't perform well. Kind of saw like DKMP really didn't have a good team and is like a couple seasons of MD12 and a season of PDC. So,
yeah, I spoke.
He does the same thing.
Well, DKMP had a good team with me last season, but that was obviously the Immortal. But division. But yeah, I agree. With a 22k cap for DKMP, like it felt like it was him against the world. Like it was he. I watched their games back then a couple times, and I played against them, and it felt like it's DKMP and everybody else around him. I think he also played all those seasons with Fox, and having a 6k player on past 5 is not the best in the 22k cap.
All of them except for MD12, yeah.
Okay.
MD12 he played with Clankers.
Okay. But yeah, Fury. I mean, one of the best mids in this season, at least I think. What I'll say about my team is that it took some convincing for Fury to join, but he's here and hopefully to stay around.
Fury's a great guy too. I stood in for Funny Zone a little bit, and I mean he's a really cool dude. So I think at least just from knowing him and Muggsy a little bit with you, I don't really know your supports, but I think that'll be a team that can kind of like get along pretty easily, and that will easily just mean you guys are going to be doing well.
Well, I can tell about the supports. Penny is playing on the Mango's team in MD2 right now. Oh wait, how it's good? The Tech Terror, whatever, the fruits or whatever.
They're doing really well right now, I believe.
And the Mota used to play with Wife in MD2 a couple seasons ago, and Wife recommended him to me.
He's someone who's like 1,000 Moronic games or something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we don't have much time, so we need to move a bit faster here. Chaz team, Applesauce, this is Shane replacement. Explain to us why this team is S tier.
Reed is one of the best player in 22k leagues. Just straight out. He's really good at becoming the second carry from pause 3.
Okay. Well, the big question for me is Monkey at 4. I know that Monkey is good at 1, like very good at 1, at least in these leagues, right? But seeing him at 4, I'm not sure I'm convinced about that. Like I
think he's relatively the same skill across most roles I see him play. I feel like he's like the journeyman. He can kind of just fit into any role and play the same kind of skill. That's at least my experience with watching it. That could be wrong.
He doesn't play 3, but he can play mid and 4 at the same level.
Okay, well,
I mean, when I see him like stand in, it's like you know what you're getting. I feel like he's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, depending on that, we Chaz. I know 3 is mainly 4, but he plays like weird 4s anyway, who are 3s. So I think he should be fine with 3. And I think he played 3 before as well with you, Sauce, at
Yep.
some point. So, like, I put him as C tier, mostly because it's 12 Monkey 4. But if he's actually like a good 4, and if I think they could be one of the best teams. Like, Chaz teams tend to do usually really good, always, from what I see.
It'll be solid. It'll come down, I think, definitely to how much of a core Reed can turn out to be, like carrying wise. Chaz definitely kind of. I feel like his play style is always kind of pause 3, no matter what role he's playing, like space making. So I think they'll definitely need Reed to come on strong for them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Matt's team, the Shane's team. So at first I put this team as S tier, and then I downgraded them to A when I saw that Tent is not actually a mid player. I think they're really good. I think they have like Shane, who used to be 5k, Killjoy, who used to be 6k. Like their only deficiency is the Medusa ban, but I think they'll be good. Otherwise.
I think they'll be above average for her. I don't know if I think they're a contender, but definitely well above average.
Yeah, I think middle of the pack. They have good talent, but I feel like they're either the talent. Like every single player here is good at a certain thing. I feel like, obviously, I think the support duo is really, really, really value and good. But then the 3 cores, I feel like are off roll and also, like, math carry, math out. So
I mean, I'll say like I expect this team to do really good in the regular season, but then maybe in best of 3s in the playoffs they'll have problems. That's how I view it. That's my opinion. Like I put them in A tier for now, but I think in the playoffs they might have problems at that point.
Can see that.
hey, I put B tier math. All right, your fellow admin gave you a C.
I didn't do this shit.
All right, boys. Sev's team. I mean, I would say that I put the only one who put him below the A tier, but Shane is not here. The only thing I'm worried about is their form, who has like 200 games of Dota, and when you have that an experienced player, like it may not end up too well. Otherwise, like the rest of their roster is really good. That's the only thing.
Kane's never even played ranked before.
Yeah, like that worries me. Like especially at 4, like their 3 is really good. Rook is a really good player, but with the 4 with that little experience, might be still really hard for him to lane. Sev doesn't always take the game too seriously as well. Sometimes he can meme with the tech is mid how he did in PDC weekend with you, Sauce.
Yeah.
So it can happen. That's why I didn't give him like the best tier. So I think like they have the upswing, and depending on how well the game will do.
Good to see you kind of hard carried their lads team, so I'm curious if they can do the same thing like in this level and more.
Their team's definitely solid. We scrimmed them. The first game we got stomped. The second game we stomped them. I think it just comes down to the draft, but they definitely have a good set of players. And their carry player actually surprised me. I think they're very good for 5k flat. They played really well in both games, like pretty well.
All right, Legacy, your team. Shane was not a believer. Sauce, are you a believer?
I'm not sure. Hobbs is so hit or miss in leagues. The teams can not win a game or win a lot of games.
Okay,
So-
well, I think that I mean, maybe I'm influenced. Like in lads, Hobbs seems like a cheat code, and I think like at least in this meta, I don't know how meta will change, but I think right now Hobbs has really got like his hero pool and the way he plays switches perfectly, and like I think it'll be really good for you guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping. It's kind of Element's kind of returning to Dota, but he's very valued, I think, at 3,500 and good guy. And then most of these just a bunch of friends kind of hanging out. I let Hobbs choose his pause 4 partner, and he chose his buddy, long name. I think Matt is what he said to call him. But let's see, we played a couple scrims, played a couple pubs, and it just seems like a good time. So we'll hope to do well.
Okay. The Couriers team, guys. What do you think? I feel like we're all like, yeah, this team is good, but we're not too excited based on the B tiers throughout the list.
They just seem solid. Soundproof's kind of like staple name. Heard his name for a while. He's always been kind of his mid 6k, high 6k player. Very solid. And I just think that, with Snow and kind of these other players, it's going to be very balanced to the point where I think they're going to be middle of the pack at least.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's just hard. It's just hard to say like anything more, and like it's hard for me to put them ahead of like some other teams that I saw before. When like, yeah. All right, the Beast team is the most interesting team in the league. I knew that this team will be there because Beast. I talked to Beast, and Beast told me that he's registering at 8K plus 4. We have a history of Rudy winning PDC, but that was as a mid. Do you think this team has a chance with an 8K plus 4?
They definitely have a chance. I mean, I think Beast is very capable of winning his lane and going on to just kind of going godlike, running around the map killing people. And with a pause 4, that's such high level in terms of OMR, it definitely could be a scary duo to see running around the map. But the real thing is it's kind of all in on Beast doing well. And if Beast does okay, or even if it draws his lane, I feel like this total of 1900 MMR in the safe lane is just going to be a real, what's the word? Liability for their team.
Yeah, I mean, SC Demons will be interesting to see how they do. Like, it'll be a fun team to watch no matter what happens, unless like they get completely shit stomped in 20 minutes every game. But Beast is there. I think like, yeah, go ahead, Sauce.
I've never seen someone put 13k MMR into a lane. That's a lot of MMR into a lane. Buying Onions is adjusted to 50.
You didn't wait,
No,
Sauce.
Buying Onions he's adjusted. He's 5250.
Oh, he is? Okay, I see.
Didn't you see me and Vexer played as 1 and 5 in M2L a couple seasons ago? The only season of M2L I played.
Oh, I've seen 11k. 13k is a much larger number when you think about in percentage.
Sure. I mean, and we're signing up is lower than Vex was like 5k and I was 5.6. So I agree. Yeah, technically we're lower back then than we're like if we would go now it would be 12k. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this team. I feel like if you pick roaming supports with a like hard snowballing offlaner, and then just pick like very safe lane, I feel like you just run over the off lane to the point where neither of the two cores in the other lanes could even do anything to touch you, like a Night Stalker, like Legion Commander, or something like that.
He plays a lot of Night Stalker. It's probably his most comfortable hero.
Who?
Buying Onion.
Oh, I just meant like in terms of if you were to like go against this team. I think that's why like they're in the tier that I gave them.
Yeah, and also Buying Onions is a fake 4k. He's actually I think like 5 point something. I think he's adjusted up.
Yeah.
So, all right, this team is where my hot take is with putting this team as F tier. That's assuming that what I know about the Kansai guy, which is only negative things.
I don't know much about him, but he seems very sketchy from what we've had to talk about.
Yeah, I like so I'll say like I put it there, but I'll tell it to you. So I checked back the lads, and he posted looking for team and lads for like 2 years and no replies at all. He plays like basically one hero, which is on the Invoker spammer. Like he, yeah, and his account is under 2 years account, so it's like
yeah. He messaged me asking if he could play on an alternate account in officials that had all his skins, and that one's yeah, a head scratcher.
Yeah, like I just like it's weird. Like I don't care. I don't like. I'm not sure about smurfing, and I won't talk about here myself. But like the guy just seems weird. I like from what I see off. I see really low MR, like really low MR 3-4 duo. I see like as off against the world. Legacy told me that he thinks that off can win a couple games on his own. I agree that they will win the couple games. I don't think that they'll go like 0-7 in groups. But I don't think they have unless Kansai is like a god in disguise. Unless it's like like Chinese 12k Smurf or something. I don't think they'll be good at all.
I think the team alone is a C tier just with off, and then I raise it to a B just because if this Kansai player plays at least at a 6k level when they should be, obviously they're 7.3k, they should be playing at a lot higher of a level. If they can give off even a little bit of like an immortal level amount of help, I feel like they're going to be B tier for sure.
Yeah, he just needs his offline to not just get crushed.
He's gonna pick them like Tidehunter and Underlord and stuff like that. So I'm not really. I don't think like the way Off knows how to play these low MR leagues around himself. He knows that he can't pick his, AFK farming greedy anti mages and stuff. He's got to pick the bounty hunters and the specters and stuff that he can kind of make plays with.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
All right, we're all in lobby legacy. We got it. Quick.
Yeah, we'll
Alright,
go quick.
well,
I mean,
3-2.
you can draft for me, Sauce. So
Okay. I need to join our Discord though.
I'll be there in a sec.
Yeah, well, we can finish up last 3 teams. We won't do the other stuff. I think we can come back another day to finish up the other stuff when Shane is actually here. Match Gamers Legacy, go there because my stuff is on there honestly. Like you can just say European Leicester teams. I think they're all similar, but we rated them in a very different way.
Yeah, I think they're a solid team. I think they're kind of average compared to some of the other teams we've seen. This not Nook guy. He was doing the Lena Pause 1 before I think a lot of people even found out about it. So I gotta respect. Maybe he knows a little bit of how to make some meta stuff. So I think they're gonna be decent. C, I don't really think C is like bad. I think it just means they're dark horses. They have some chances, but compared to the other talent, they're maybe not as big of shining stars.
Do you agree with me that those 2 teams are really similar? Like at least like in terms of what I see MMR wise and how they're structured.
Match Gamers and Kitty Review.
And the Princess and Frogs, all 3 of them.
Well, I think the last team, I think Noob's great. He's one of my favorite people to play with, and also I think he's really, really good, especially in the right team environment. But yeah, the thing is, I don't know about having a 5k4 with a bunch of 3k players. Although Princess, to be fair, is probably value, and obviously Funzo at 5. I don't think it's his main role. He mainly plays 4 and 3, but they have the personalities I think to run and do well.
Yeah, I don't play with any of them, so I'm not sure. I put them as worst of those 3 teams because Noob is off-roll, he's mid main. Because sub 4K.
No, Noob is not mid main. Pause One's is his self-proclaimed best role.
Really? I mean, I checked Dota buff. I checked Dota buff and
yeah, he's playing mid for MD12 right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's kind of a journeyman.
We'll see. I think like they have too much armor in their supports and like they're like 2 and 3.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. Maybe
I think Noob is definitely a competent player to if these guys vibe and have a good draft, like they can definitely win a couple of games. But yeah, they're definitely not compared to the rest the bests.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we'll end here for now. I want maybe it's some other day, maybe tomorrow, whatever you guys can. We can come back with Shane to do the predictions because I mean honestly, like tomorrow the game start, so I don't know what we'll do about predictions. Considering Shane was not.
Do them quickly here,
okay, yeah, let's do it yours, and then I'll like Shane will just post them on there, and I'll post mine there. Samada versus Chaz. It's the Minos team versus Chaz team. What's your? It's week 0 predictions because
I think it'll be 1-1 for the first week.
Okay. Sauce versus Sev.
2-0 Sev.
2-0 Sev. Okay. Mana versus Courier. It's the Nico versus. I forgot who's on Career team.
I'll do 1-1 for them as well. I think first week it'll be a bit interesting.
Okay. Plupo Benchoy versus Tia.
Ooh, I think 1-1 again.
Okay. Jeffrey versus Math Magician.
Ooh. These are a little difficult because I both teams I feel like could 2-0. I don't want to be cheesy and say 1-1, but I might.
Too many 1-1s.
Yeah,
too many 1-1s.
1-1.
All right. Knee versus Not Noke.
2-0 you.
All right. Respect. You versus Gazelle.
I'm gonna say my confidence and of my team wants to say 2-0 to us, but I think realistically we might try like some heroes because this is a scrim week, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna try to do some things and just mess around. And I think Off's gonna be able to stomp us one in game maybe. So I'll go 1-1.
Okay. Beast versus Princess.
I'm gonna go 1-1 for that too. I realistically I would say 2-0 to Princess, but I feel like again this scrim week will allow for some chaos.
All right. Last things before you leave, and then we'll go with Shane. First team to disband this season, if any, will be disbanded. Legacy, let's go.
First teams to disband. Sheesh. The Off team.
Okay. I will actually agree with you. I'll just put off here. I don't
A
remember.
little
who's there.
inside info, right? That makes me more inclined out of all the other teams, so that's why I'd probably.
Yeah,
I don't think they will.
the Dark Horse, the team that you rated like, B tier below, but you think actually has a good chance at being like great.
You said C tier or below?
B tier below, not outside of the contenders, that that has an inside chance of being like
Well, then I guess
actually
that
good.
Chaz team I have rated B, but I feel like that's a bit cheating because I think all those teams are solid. So I'll try to find a C team that I think could do pretty well. Yeah, we'll go with. Here, we'll really spice things up. We'll do the B Shilly Aragorn team.
Bishoy, all right.
The Lupo stack. Yeah.
Favorite team that you put like that will be actually terrible. That you don't, you think they'll be good, but they'll end up being terrible.
Years.
Mine?
Yeah.
All right.
I think out of all the other 8 teams, or maybe honestly maybe the Sev team. It'll be your team or the Sev team.
Okay, I'll put like, I'll make you put you this. All right. Who'll be the champion? What do you think?
Dude, it's
It's
gonna
fine.
be like some B tier team. It's gonna we rated B tier. All right, I'll just put the Samata stack.
All right, you're going with a safe bet, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
No,
you can.
no hot takes, that's for Shane.
What's up, Legacy?
I said no hot takes. That's for you.
Oh, I got plenty of hot takes for this.
Yeah. Well, we'll go off with the legacy. You can go to your scrim with Sauce, and we'll stay here with Shane for the second round of the content.
Shane?
Dude, don't you have a scrim not till 9? You got this.
No, we're in draft right now. But what I'm saying is, did you win
Oh.
your in-house?
No, but I won in spirits.
Oh
Dude,
my-
I queued for so long, and then it just popped, and then I didn't see the time when it popped, and I felt so bad. And then I'm getting messages. I'm like, oh shit, I have content.
Okay, Sauce was able to kind of explain away some of your choices.
Oh, was he? Did he explain the Did he explain the Samura one at the top?
He said it's because you're friends with Amino and you just want to call him bad.
It's not because of that. It's because Amino is bad, and also Samura won't play a good Kunkka build. I don't know.
Oh, is that
Rest
your
of the team is
Treads? Is that the what's your name in lads? Is that the meme?
Dude, it's a good build. Come on. No.
What is it? What's your name in lads?
No, it's Treads Maelstrom Kunkka. It's not an actual.
I'm gonna ask Sauce to give me that in the script right now, but I gotta go.
Dude, yeah. Ask for no. You have to just ask for the safe lane Kunkka.
Safe
But,
lane
like-
Kunkka and I go Treads Maelstrom.
Yeah, but don't tell him that you're going that.
Okay, so I'll just say I want.
Just go it. Yeah, go Treads Maelstrom and then whatever else you want. But that's
Alright.
that's the key.
Sounds good. Enjoy the rest of the stream, and
Alright.
thanks again, Madior.
Yeah. Good luck in your scrim.
Thank you.
Yep, good luck.
All right. Well, now we can go off with you. I won't do like every team with you, but let's go over the hot
Well-
takes.
I bet you Sauce did most of those pretty well. So what are the hot takes, I guess?
Well, we discussed the Amino one. This is fair. It's fair. Jeffrey's team has an S tier.
I think they warm up pretty fast. I think Tempest does okay. I just think it's like a hot take. To be honest, it depends if YBW gets up to form.
Mhm.
He doesn't look like he's getting there. Also, Jeffries was pretty solid in mid when he's been playing for MD2L and PDC. I guess the wildcard factors for this team are like B-God and Hulk.
Mhm.
B-God can hold his own at the MMR he's signed up as, and Hulk can sometimes feed, but sometimes looks okay. I think this team has a lot of sandbagged players, so they might do well.
Yeah, I
But
was told that
it's
the
fine.
Jeffrey was like a divine and YBW was like 7K. So like I said, like if I would know that before, I would put them higher just based off that knowledge.
Yeah, their peaks are a lot higher on this team, which makes me like kind of want to put them higher, but I don't think that any of them have been playing that hot recently. So that's just kind of a
All right.
maybe like a mid-season S tier.
I like that my team is like we're all the same on the same page there.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Legacy and Sauce were both excited to have Fury in the league, so I'm glad I brought them in. Convinced him to play 22k cap for the first time. You put the Chaz team as an S tier. We had questions towards this team.
Yeah, I was surprised. Feel like Reed playing offlane has done well in the past. In the last PDC season, Reed got third playing offlane.
Yeah. I'm more worried about Pua being 4, honestly. Like
That's fair, but I'm sure like if Reed is good enough at the 4, I mean I play with Reed and lads too. is one of the things that I kind of talk about, and Reed's really good at now, and I think he probably was before too. He communicates well with his like other player in lane. So as long as he communicates to Bob what he wants or Monkey, then like he should be fine. Monkey won't execute perfectly, but he should still be okay. Bowmaster Flex at 1k gives you like is pretty nice. He's quite reasonable, and I think we had like a solid performance in lads when he had played against like better players. So
Yeah, we's really good. I think. I mean, we in chat like. I think that they have like so. I'll just say it now. For my prediction for a dark horse of the teams I rated, the lowest is the Chaz being the dark horse, who I put as a C tier, but I think they could be really good. Also, like I put them like C tier, but like they're basically like they're on the verge of being B tier for me. Like I think they'll be good, but like I just had a bit of questions with One Monkey 4.
Yeah. No, I agree. 12 Monkey 4 is really bad. He should never play it ever. if he ever hears this, actually I take that back because I wanted to play 4 in my pubs so I can carry.
Okay.
What else?
You rate your team pretty low. I mean, talk about why do you think you're all bad?
I mean, in a lot of these leagues, I don't like to play the meta shit unless I leave my desk. So I'll try to like play mostly meme 5s. Math will be asking for Deuce every game. I'll be sad. Tint does pretty okay when he plays mid, but it's not like main role. Kyle likes to buy back and pick Midas. I think Cheese is their only good player, so I put us at C tier.
Okay, well, I think you're better than you think. I think actually, like, if you get the Medusa, you'll be good. So, okay, I will say this: if you get the Medusa, you're A tier. If you don't get Medusa, you're C tier.
I say the opposite. I say if we get the Medusa, we're D tier. If Math plays any other hero, and enables my game as the position 5, then we'll own. If he picks Dusa, I'm sad, and I'm the reason we will win.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What else is there? I mean, I think like these are fine. Alright, this is not a hot take. But tell me, what do you think about the Beast? Very interesting team.
I mean, I like Chris. I like Brayden. I like them as people. This isn't actually TN, even though it says TN. Just to be clear, if you know who TN is,
Not sure.
it's not him. That's the position. TN's like the position 5 player for Jaws team in lads this season. The little bros Quran stack.
Red bot TN, you mean? You mean Red bot?
No. Red bot was the 4. TN was the 5.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, okay.
But,
yeah, I know what you're really talking about.
So it's just like some random carry player that's rank 1800. I mean, I don't think this team's that good. I think like Chris is probably gonna have a fun time. Maybe they're gonna own, but I think if there was a disband team, maybe it would be this. Unless like Grind King is like super PMA, which would be cool. But
well,
and Grind King is PMA, but
Beast team disbanded last time they played PDC. So
yeah, this is the team I have as a disband.
Okay, alright. I mean, I would say fair. Like any team that you put in F tier are probably the candidates to get disbanded first, from what I see. And for me, like it's like you also put the Gazelle's team as B tier. Like I'm the only one who is absolutely not convinced that this team can be good, and purely because of this guy. And from what I know about him.
I have no idea about him.
Well, if I would have no idea about the guy, and like, okay, let's put it this way: if this will be a random 7k player who I have no information of, I would put them as a B tier. Maybe C tier, because I'm not like their 3, 4, and 5 are too low for my taste together. But like I would say that they're competitive. But this guy looked for a team in lads for 2 years and got no interest. And like that's like if you get no interest as a 7k mid in lads, that's very strange. He also has like two-year account, no league games almost. Like.
Alright. So if the guys agree, then I agree. But my take on like, I know you said the MMR thing. Gazelle won PDC last season with like a similar MMR spread on the team. When it was Andy Bendy team.
Okay, well that team was rigged with Rudy. Okay, if you compare, if this is Rudy on the Smurf. Like I agree, but this is I don't think this is Rudy level of
I don't think so either. But the Gazelle, if you watch the games, like Gazelle in the finals held his own in every lane. Like he was hitting 4k plus net worth as a double like a 2K plus 1K lane last season.
No,
And
I agree with you. Like they can be good. That's what I'm saying. Like if Kansai is not a grief, I agree with your rating basically. But I just have too many questions for this guy, and that's why I say that they're my favorites to disband first, because I think maybe this Kansai guy is like extremely cancer, or like he's toxic and stuff like that, and like they'll just either kick him or like or disband something like that. And I'm just
I
worried
could
about
see
that.
that. Yeah, I could see that.
Like if this would be like let's put it instead of Kansai there is Ja here, or like 7K mid from Lads. This team is B tier at least, right?
Yeah.
But
Dude, you tell me that's Lens there, dude? It's over. Dead. Cole,
Yeah.
dude, you tell me it's Cole? Dude, if that's Cole, it's over.
yeah, I agree with you, but too many questions for me.
Dude, is Cole a nice guy? I need to ask.
He's very chill guy. He rarely talks. He's pretty quiet. But yeah, he's a very nice guy. Unfortunately, he won't be playing Laz anymore though. So
Oh no, he owned.
yeah, I mean, well, he's very high. He's like 7'5", and like he also doesn't really want to play either.
That's fair.
Like he wants to, like he said he wants to play like high MMR, like try to find high MMR teams for like DPC quals and stuff like that. Well, it's sad for me, even with the MMR penalty, I thought about making a team again with him again, but what can you do? It was very fun though, like he's probably the best mid I've ever played with. At least like on my team, because I stood in for Rudy's team when they were playing in PDC. I stood in for Andy once. So technically Rudy's probably the best mid I've ever played with, but my team, Cole was the best.
Okay.
Alright, well, I don't know what you'll say about the last three teams. I think they're very similar. And you think the same from your ratings, I think. So I don't want to go, through whole the process of every team like we did just now. Let's go to the predictions. Let's actually start with the season predictions. The first team to disband. Which one do you think?
I had the Beast team.
The Beast team. I'll also say, so I'll put it here too. I'll put either the off team or Nico's team, which this team I actually made for him. I'll tell you the inside info for that. The problem is that Nico actually signed up for some reason for ADTL, which is also on Thursdays. But I think he told me now that his team might disband in the ADTL. So
Okay.
if they don't disband in the ADTL, I have no idea how they'll need to reschedule like every game, and I don't know like if it'll be possible for them and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just Nico, if you're watching this, do something about the scheduling stuff. If they don't have scheduling problems, they won't disband. And they will be off, I think. If one, sometimes we don't have any teams disbanding. The dark horse of the season for you, so it's like
I got the Hugh noob team at the bottom.
the Hugh noob team.
That's
the very bottom. Yeah, the princess. I don't think you can put it. No, I won't allow the B tier as a dark horse.
Wait, I can't have B tier as dark horse. It has to be C or lower.
Legacy said he's not taking B tier, so you're not either.
Oh, okay, that's fair. What do I have as C tier? Let's do the sauce team then.
Sauce. Alright. The favorites team, so it's like S, A, or B tier. So the ones that will be actually bad.
The favorites?
Yeah, one of the teams you think you'll be good, but the team they'll be actually really bad. I'm not saying that they'll start well and then they'll lose in the playoffs, but they'll be actually just bad.
Oh, I should have had the Sam in the team for this. I rated them too low. All right. Dude, I didn't even rate anybody high. Maybe the YBW team. There we go. I'll choose the YBW Jeffrey team.
Okay. Well, I probably should put mine on. Let me think. What is the dark horse? Which teams did I put as C tier? I have way more tiers though, but I'll also give maybe the benefit of the doubt with the C. I'll put I'll go with the easy choice of Chaz, who I put as C, but I think they might be better. And the favorites will be bad. Let me think. I mean, I can't trust you and put your team, but I don't know about. You know what? I'll say that maybe Legacy team. If it doesn't work out, if maybe meta changes and for Hobbs it's less favorable meta. Maybe their mid doesn't do that well because he's 3.5k. So I can't see their team like. I think they'll be really good, but I can't see a world in which they don't do so well. All right, which team do you think will be the champions?
The Chaz team.
Chaz. All right. Who do I think of the champions? I mean, I should decide. I'll go with the Minos team. I'll go the same as Legacy. I'll go with the Minos team. I think it's like a very safe choice to go with the Minos team, because like on paper they should be really good.
Nah, trust. They won't be good together. They'll do well in groups, and then they'll hit playoffs, and then it's over.
Yeah, that's like how that's yeah. I think it's what usually, at least in the PDC, happens to a Minos team. They start out real well, and then they kind of in the playoffs they lose early.
Yeah, they're gonna get to playoffs. Og's gonna ask for Slardar. Samada's gonna go some basic ass build. Amin's gonna win mid and complain about water runes. It's D tier team.
Well,
alright, sorry, I'm being a hater.
It's alright. It's alright. Alright, week 1 predictions now. Samada versus Chaz.
Chaz team 2-0, so 0-2 for Samada.
It's also like a scrim mic, so I don't know, like people may take it not as seriously and stuff. Sauce versus Seth.
Sauce team 2-0.
Are you going exactly opposite of Legacy? Mana
I am not.
Courier.
He went 1-1 in the beginning.
Fair enough.
Mana versus Courier 6. Mana 2-0.
Okay, Trust and Nico, I guess.
Tia 2-0.
Okay. Jeffrey, Math Magician.
Well,
it's your team.
Math Magician 2-0.
Okay. Me versus Not Milk.
You 2-0.
Okay. Legacy versus Gazelle.
1-1.
Okay. Well, you missed, but Legacy told it that they'll probably mean game 2 if they win game 1, so that's a safe bet. Beast versus Princess.
Princess 2-0.
All right. All right. Let me see what I think about this. I mean, it's hard because week 1 is very hard to predict, especially in Scrum Week. You don't know anything about the teams, but some other versus Chess, I'll go with 1-1. I will go with 1-1 for Sauce and Sev. Who's in the Courier's team once again? I already forgot. Oh, it's a Snow. I think they'll 2-0 Mana. Beast is messaging me and telling that they have a big surprise for me, that he loves to be an underdog. Well, Beast, as I wrote on here, prove me wrong, Beast. So yeah, prove me wrong, you know. All right, Binchoa versus Tia. I think. Who isn't Tia's team?
Look back at the teams. Yeah.
Yeah, some teams I remember, and some teams like I don't really know any of those players, so it's hard for me. The only one that I know their team is Tia and Sigboy. I know Tia and Sigboy. I'll say 1-1 just because like, Jeffrey. I'll go 1-1, but the only reason I'm going 1-1 is because I think your team will not take game 2 seriously if you win game 1. If you're the one drafting, you won't, you win game 1 with the
dude,
Medusa.
I'm not drafting.
Oh, you're not drafting?
I only draft for your lads.
Who is drafting for your team? Math?
Math Magician.
Okay, then
the brain behind it all.
Okay, then you'll win both games. Because I thought you would grief game 2 and pick something weird for Math that he doesn't play.
Oh, dude, I just beg for random shit all the time in draft whenever I'm not drafting. It's great. I'm the grief in the draft. It's very fun.
Okay. Well, if you're not drafting, I'm going with you winning 2-0. I'll go with 2-0 my team. I don't know, I'll just same as yours. I don't want to analyze my own game before I play it. I'll go Legacy Gazelle. I'll go 2-0 Legacy. I'm not a believer in the Gazelle team. Even though it'll be a big advantage in mid versus the 3.5k player in Legacy team. But I think Legacy 2-0. And I'll say Beast does surprise me and takes 1 game of Princess here. So yeah. Those would be my picks for the week 1. We're not doing the power rankings for you guys It's too much, especially with.
Dude, I started to do it, and then I was like, dude, sorting this out
Yeah,
and
that's.
like coloring it.
Oh,
was
I
like,
would color it
no.
myself. I would color it myself for you, but like, I'll honestly tell you what I did. I have so many tiers because I put the power rankings first, and then I just split in colors. You know, like 2 bottom teams, then 2 like upper bottom, mid tier, you know, and stuff like that. So I just split them after I selected the power rankings. That's how I did it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes sense.
I started with the power rankings, and it was easier for me that way.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're retiring your girls' power rankings. Too much hassle for you guys to do. It's like it should be similar to, you know. Okay, I'll say this: we can do it. You know, if we decide to do it again for later weeks, we can do it later. Because for week 1, it's basically the same as tier list anyway, right? Like whatever you're putting,
exactly.
like the team you're putting S tier, it's the first team on your list, and like next is 4 A tier teams and stuff like that. If we decide to do it again and we'll meet up again, then we'll do the power rankings for later weeks. But for now, this is it for the content for week 0 here, and hopefully we'll return later on. So good luck to everybody in the PDC.
Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.